All right, good evening, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 13th. It's the monthly meeting of the planning board. If everyone could stand, and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag's over there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. The first item on our calendar is Acorn Place Senior Residential Community Development. As-built closeout special permit. So I want to just go backwards a little bit. We've been working with the residents who have been very patient to get the developer to close out this project that basically was built out a couple years ago. And there's been some issues in getting this thing resolved and closed out. The entity that it was running that has now dissolved. So right now, there's nothing. So they're completely gone. That we managed to, between the residents being the squeaky wheel and the planning board also being a squeaky wheel, we managed to get this to a point where the development is substantially complete and to the point where, we're gonna be voting tonight whether we close it out. So that way the permit is not open, the project is closed. We did go into town council, and we talked about this earlier, and because of the way this is set up, technically, a lot of the stuff that we have been doing along the way has been, above and beyond, because we understood that we were looking out for the interests of the residents. So, it's a combination effort to get this thing closed out to the best that we could do. So, with that being said, Beta did do their review. They found a couple of items that they had which were minor in detail that they had noted. There was a couple things that weren't noted on the as-built plan, which didn't really matter. And I think that was about it that really came up, and you guys were copied on that also. So, so at this point in time, we're here to basically close this thing out. So, is there any comments from the board on? No.
Camille, if we could just get a copy of these, if I can get a copy.
I'm sorry, what?
If I can get a copy of these,
Of what?
the as-built plans?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of questions. First of all, do the residents want us to close it out? And what would be the implications if we don't?
That's a good question. That is a good question. If you guys want to come up and let us know if you would like us to close it out.
Good evening. My name is Steve Carden. I'm president of the Acorn Place Board of Trustees. We received the as-built plan. We received the Beta engineering report, and we did our own review in the last couple of days, and we sent Camille this afternoon a note with 3 items that were related to the infrastructure that we wanted the board to be aware of. One was buckling of the sidewalk. Another was a drainage grate that is significantly above the road level, so it doesn't serve any purpose. And the other is drainage in a driveway that was attempted to be fixed in November, and it didn't quite work. So I think our ask is to leave the project open till the spring and to give us a chance to address those issues.
And that's fine, but I just wanted, the first statement that I had is, there's nothing there. They dissolved the whole thing. We can leave it open. I don't necessarily see, personally, the benefit of that, because there's nothing there. And it's not that we would love to be able to do something to try to get it, but you can't get blood from a stone. So I don't, like I said, we could entertain that. I'm just not necessarily sure what that would gain you. In my mind, if it was closed, that's one thing. If you guys went to sell or do something or whatever, you don't have an open, there's not an open special permit. But I'm not a real estate lawyer or any of that stuff. I build stuff, so That's my personal thought. Nicole?
That, actually, Rich has a good point. If you have a resident that is looking to sell and there is an open permit like that, that could be questionable for a lender, as being that it is not the developer, you know, that is selling, that could be an issue, because a lot of the loans out there probably have contingencies for that, this is to be closed. So having it pending could negatively affect one of the residents if they go to sell.
Any other comments?
Sandra Lally, 28 Acorn Place. I'm the treasurer of the board. My only concern with closing it out is that we all know Mr. Fox, and sometimes I love him and sometimes not so much. But if you close it out, I can see him going like this and saying, I don't have to do anything, but I think this is open sort of over his head. Then I think that he's worked with us
Yep.
in the past, and knowing that it's still open sounds like he would still then have to address things. I know he doesn't have to because the entity is dissolved, but he has been working with us. But I think if you close it out, I envision that he will just sort of wash his hands of it.
Good, okay, so that's a thought. I talked specifically to his lawyer when he called to let us know that the corporation was dissolved. He's done. He's all done. There is, as far as they are concerned, there is nothing else that's gonna happen. That's what I was told. So that's, what his lawyer said to me. If you could just let the folks know.
Sure, Rich Campbell, Acorn Place. I'm actually in charge of the grounds, the common areas, everything from the walls out. So I've been working with Bob and known Bob for now 5 years. So far, he has done what he said he's going to do, and we got to this point. But those items are on the list there. One of them is just a grate that's basically sitting in the median where the grass is. Now, unless things have changed since I took physics, water doesn't go uphill, at least in this part of the earth. So that really needs to be capped so nothing goes down there. And we don't want to have any incidents perhaps in the future where a child may fall in there or something like that. So that's one of the important things that we're asking for. The other items, they're there. And I can tell you, I spoke with Bob today. I speak to Bob quite a bit. And he's going to work with us, he said. So if he's going to work with us, and now you guys are aware of this, and if we could just get a little extension, then we can just wrap this thing up very, very quickly. That's all we're
Like I
asking
said, no,
for.
and that's
We've been
okay.
very patient.
No,
That's all it's that one little bit, so we can just push this thing over the finish line, and everybody will be happy.
we have I don't think there's, we could just keep kicking the can down. I think, when does that expire, the permit?
I don't know, there's been a third extension,
Sorry.
there's been a
okay.
third extension permit
Yeah.
act. I don't know the actual date that it expires.
Okay, yeah, so if you guys, if that's what you're interested in doing, we're not trying to stop you from getting any remedies at all. It's just, from what we were told, it was all done. If you have different knowledge,
Yes.
we're more than willing to, we can just push it off, and I can push it off a month, and we can revisit it again. That's, like I said, we're not trying to do anything to close it out to do you any disservice. We are just trying to close it out to get it off the books and get it done, so.
We understand.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is more, I think, yours, Jim. We're looking for, there's a pipe that's about this long that connects the water main to the irrigation system. And that's all we need. I believe it's supposed to be a permit. And then once we get that permit, that pipe goes in, and on that pipe is the meter read. Once we get that, we're done with that. With all of that sprinkler system, all the trees have been put in, all of those things have happened. So we're down to the short strokes now. We're on the 1 yard line trying to punch it in.
So I thought that was all coming out of the pump house. So that does not come out of the pump house?
Yes, but right in front, I should have brought a picture, but right in front, when you open up that lid, you'll see the pipe, and there's just no connection there, and there's no meter on it. Everything else is all set up.
Oh, so he hasn't connected your?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's aware of that.
So-
We don't know what the cost is or
It's,
anything.
it's $2,500,
Ooh, okay, that's a lot.
plus 275 for the reader and the meter. And, well, we can talk about that.
Okay,
off-
okay,
off, but-
all right.
So that's fine, so if, does a month work for you guys for an extension? Because I'm more than happy to push it out a month.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much
No,
for your time.
But
All right,
if I
great,
could just
thanks.
give you a heads up, I mean, there's obligations that you have to start adhering to of the cleaning of the detention basins and all that. I mean, that starts on the, right away.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with, with this planning.
Right.
Yeah,
And we've done that too as
okay,
well.
yep, I know you have. I know you
All
have.
right, great. Thank you.
Any other comments? Go ahead.
No?
All right, I make a motion that we postpone the closing of the special permit for Acorn Place until our next meeting.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, see you guys in a month, get it done. Get it done. Thank you.
Good luck with that.
All right, let's see, next item on the agenda is zoning review committee update on zoning amendments from Nicole.
So we have been meeting, sorry. The zoning bylaw review committee has been meeting monthly. We will be finishing section 7 tomorrow on signs. And originally, I was going to come forward tonight asking that that the committee be allowed to submit those changes for the first sections for public hearing to go towards preparation for approval at town meeting this spring. But Camille has let me know that the contract for general code is about to be signed. I guess it's going to be signed this week. So this book is what is passed currently, so this is what general code is going to start with. So I guess we need to decide, would we still want to have the public hearing on what we have? No. Okay.
Because if you schedule the public hearing for a Springtown meeting, I'm gonna need to know, like, everything as it exists and as proposed to change. And like I say, we don't know what editing general code is gonna do at this point.
Okay.
So my recommendation would be to hold off on any significant changes until we know what they're gonna present to us,
Okay.
if that
And
makes
then-
sense.
So what we will end up doing, we will
Keep going.
continue with the review as we have all along, and when, presumably, when general code comes up with their first set of revisions, this board can decide,
When do you see this?
does this board want to compare what we've discussed with what general code has discussed? Do you want, at that time, will you want the committee to compare the two?
Yep.
Go forward, but, so in the meantime, our committee will just continue to slug through this book, because we, just so everybody, I know there's so many people watching tonight. General code is going to go through here, making typographical mistakes, making spelling, grammar, layout, and if they find something that is outdated under the statute, but in addition to that, we have been making substantive changes. Not huge, massive substantive changes, but to bring this up to today's activities, today's standards.
And just going back to the very beginning, just so everyone knows what the general code is, we hired a subcontractor who basically goes through our code book, like Nicole said, cleans up all the grammatical errors, make it so that things make sense, and then they will manage that online. So if you wanted to look something up, you'd be able to go online and look it up, as opposed to right now, you have to come in and look at the paper copy. So it's basically digitizing it to make it more accessible to everyone in the town. Plus, it'll be, any updates will be automatically put in, because the way that we had to do it before was extremely cumbersome.
Yes.
And so it's, we voted that in,
Can I just-
go ahead.
Just to add, there is, in addition to the hard copy, we do have the PDF of the whole document on the website, but it's very difficult to navigate and search to find anything. It's very cumbersome. So they also provide, it's really codification services to make sure that everything is, you know,
Text Ellen, tell her
with
to bring down
statute and in compliance with everything. So hopefully it'll be much more improved and user-friendly.
parents.
So that's where we're at with the thing, yeah, so good. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for going through and fixing all the grammatical errors, so. So, let's see, other business, we did that. Approval of minutes from December 9th, 2025. So I make a motion that we approve the minutes of December 9th, 2025 as written.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, bills, do we have any bills? Okay. And so let's see, other than that, we have scheduled meetings, we're all good, so,
Well,
unless
at least
there's,
we're gonna get into good stuff at the next meeting,
yes,
finally.
it'll be a little more exciting next
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
So, all right,
The
well,
room will be a little bit more full.
yes. All right, well, with that being said, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Before all the way home from Vegas.
good night, everybody.
Yeah.